journalist, and former Kira Municipality Member of Parliament for the last 15 years, Ibrahim Ssemujju Nganda has always been commended for his vast knowledge on leadership policies. He has, over the years, been a strong critic of the President Museveni government, questioning extravagant spending and public service gaps.
This NRM cabinet of 5 dozens has been ravaged by NRM internal processes and they can no longer function. Madam Speaker, we need to adjourn Parliament until one of them is here, or you speak to the President to tell us if he has a functioning cabinet. Because the public spends about 2 billion shillings per day to run this house.
As political tension heat up days after the detention of former Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago, Ssemujju, via his ex-social media handle, announced that he had gone to Mecca in Saudi Arabia to perform Umrah, his 10-day pilgrimage to Islam's holiest city. This followed threats from the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, that he was going to be the second person to be arrested and taken to what most have come to know as a torture house, the basement.
I saw the Honorable Miriam Matembe when I was in Mecca, also abducted. And there were constant threats from the CDF that I am going to be next. So I didn't take these threats lightly. I had then to make a decision, do I return or do I stay here until those threats are neutralized? So I discovered that actually the threat of abduction were alive and I needed to take a break from those threats. So I stayed away deliberately because of what is obtaining in Uganda. I didn't want to return and become a guest in the military basement. And having seen later what Sam Mugumya has gone through, that has reinforced my belief that actually returning to Uganda is a bigger threat to my life.
Ssemujju tells NTV that he plans to stay in exile at a location he opts to conceal until he's certain of safety.
In particular, the CDF has said for them they have a choice. Their order is sacrosanct. And I am not well schooled in the rules that apply in the Choice Kingdom. I am only knowledgeable about the rules that used to apply in Uganda. You did not need to be taken to military detention for 19 days. What the military is doing is to communicate to you that, guys, you will no longer be ruled by the Constitution. You will no longer be ruled by the institutions. Now, all the decisions are taken by us, are taken by me. So here, the rule of law has been overthrown, the constitutional order has been overthrown, and nobody knows when you will be arrested for which offense, or even for no offense.
Ssemujju has meanwhile dismissed claims that he's selling off his property while in exile.
I should die. My family is still there. And I come back to Uganda tomorrow or the other day. So when I come back to Uganda, what do? I begin renting. I think those who are trafficking that information, first of all, it was a fabrication. So they will conjure any story and give it a background as if it is a true story. I am not saying anything.
He's using this time away to continue human rights activism endeavors through research to inform Ugandans he says are often diverted from issues that should be of national importance.
Rescue the country by returning it to democratic and constitutional path. Otherwise, there are those who have not fled, but they are supposed to be under their bed. There are those who now can't even utter a word. The environment of fear and terror that has now engulfed our country. For me, I deliberate and I don't want to create a debate. Are you out or are you in? No, I am out. I think I will be making a contribution better where I am instead of returning, and either I keep quiet or I am taken to a basement, because those are the only 2 options available.
Ssemujju says even though he has never received any formal charges against him, he believes most Ugandans are being detained for just having a political opinion, ironically, in a country under a multi-party dispensation. Meanwhile, NRM's Emmanuel Dumbo says the claims are just aimless rhetoric.
They are not saying anything new. Because even when we were here using their freedom to abuse the leaders, they were still saying there was no freedom for them to exercise their freedom. Now, if it has come to the extent for them to run out of the country, then they must actually first acknowledge that there has been a lot of freedom here, which they have been exercising over the years.
Most opposition leaders have left the country, to include National Unity Platform leader Robert Chagulanyi, who exited at the end of the 2026 elections in January.